Hello everyone. Let us start Science and Technology Part 1, Standard 9. This is Chapter number 1, Laws of Motion, Lecture number 12. Last time we discussed about Newton's first law of motion. Today we are going to learn Newton's second law of motion. Let us see activity. Here the activity is ask your friend to drop one plastic and one rubber ball from the same height and you catch the balls. Which ball was easier to catch and why? The mass of the plastic ball is much less than that of the rubber ball. We experienced this. We know that the mass of the plastic ball is much less than that of a rubber ball. You can observe in this picture the motion of the hands when catching the plastic ball and rubber ball. There was less impact on hand while catching the plastic ball, whereas there was more impact on hand while catching the rubber ball. When could you easily catch the ball and why? Observe this activity. What is shown in this picture? This is the activity that ask your friend to throw a ball towards you at slow speed. Try to catch it. And after that, ask your friend to throw the same ball at high speed towards you. Try to catch it. Which ball could you catch with greater ease and why? When could you easily catch the ball? Why? When the ball was thrown at slow speed, there was less impact on your hand. But when the ball was thrown at high speed, there was more impact on your hand. The impact of moving ball having more mass is more than the impact of the moving ball having less mass. From these examples, from these pictures, we can say that the impact of the moving ball having more mass is more than the impact of the moving ball having less mass. Similarly, in the second activity, the impact of the ball coming with more speed is more than the impact of the ball coming with less speed. Now, this is the another activity. What is shown in the picture? In the picture, carom board is shown. The effect of one object striking another object depends on both the mass of the former object and its velocity. In carom board, striker strikes the object coins. The effect of the force depends on a property related to both mass and velocity of the striking object. You must observe, you must experience while playing the carom. Now let us learn the another concept of momentum. Momentum is the product of mass and velocity of an object. Momentum is denoted by capital P and mass is denoted by small m, velocity is denoted by small v. Therefore, what is the formula of momentum? P is equal to m into v, as momentum is the product of mass and velocity. Momentum is a vector quantity. The quantity momentum has both magnitude as well as direction. Its direction is same as that of the velocity. What are the units of momentum? In CGS system, the unit of momentum is gram centimeter per second, and in SI system, the unit of momentum is kilogram meter per second. We know that gram and kilogram are the units of mass. Centimeter per second and meter per second, these are the units of velocity, and therefore momentum has the unit in SI system kilogram meter per second and in CGS system gram centimeter per second. Therefore the momentum, it is an unbalanced force applied on an object causes a change in the velocity of the object, then it also causes a change in its momentum. The force necessary to cause a change in the momentum of an object depends upon the rate of change of momentum. Here in this picture, observe the car having velocity v, initial velocity u, having mass m, and force F is applied on it. After time t, it attains the velocity v. The rate of change of momentum is proportional to the applied force, and the change of momentum occurs in the direction of the force. Suppose an object of mass m has initial velocity u. When a force F is applied in the direction of its velocity for time t, its velocity becomes v. The initial momentum of the object is equal to m into u. After time t, the final momentum of the object is equal to m into v. Therefore, rate of change of momentum is equal to change in momentum upon time. Therefore, the rate of change of momentum is equal to mv minus mu upon t. Now, after time t, the rate of change of momentum is equal to mv minus mu upon t, that is m into bracket v minus u upon t. Therefore, the rate of change of momentum is equal to ma, because we know that acceleration is the rate of change of velocity, that is a is equal to v minus u upon t. Put the value of a in this equation and we get the rate of change of momentum is equal to m into a. According to Newton's second law of motion, the rate of change of momentum is proportional to the applied force. Therefore, ma is directly proportional to F. Therefore, F is equal to K into ma. K is the constant of proportionality and its value is 1. According to Newton's second law of motion, we find out the value of F is equal to ma by putting the value of K, proportionality constant, 1. In SI system, the unit of force is Newton. The force necessary to cause an acceleration of 1 meter per second square for an object of mass 1 kilogram is called as 1 Newton. That is, 1 Newton is equal to 1 kilogram into 1 meter per second square. In CGS system, the unit of force is dyne. The force necessary to cause an acceleration of 1 centimeter per second square in an object of mass 1 gram is called 1 dyne. Therefore, 1 dyne is equal to 1 gram into 1 centimeter per second square. Observe the picture. In left side, object A has mass m, which is lighter object. On right side, object B has mass m2, which is heavier object. Let us see. According to the formula, the rate of change of momentum means F in both the objects is same. we know that the formula F is equal to ma. Put the value of a. F is equal to m into bracket v minus u upon t. Therefore, Ft is equal to mv minus 0 because initial momentum is 0 as initial velocity is 0. Therefore, Ft is equal to mv. Total change in their momentum is same. The same force for the same time causes the same change in momentum for different bodies. Now, observe the another activity. Why is there a thick bed of a sand for high jumper to fall on after his jump? When a high jumper falls on the thick bed of sand after his jump, the sand under his body slides, and this increases the time taken by higher jumper to come to rest on making a jump. As a result, there is a decrease in the rate of change of momentum and hence the force on the jumper. This reduces the risk of injury to the jumper, and therefore there is a thick bed of sand for a high jumper to fall on after his jump. Let us recall some important points from this topic. Momentum has magnitude as well as direction. Its direction is the same as that of velocity. In SI system, the unit of momentum is kilogram meter per second, while in CGS system, it is gram centimeter per second. If an unbalanced force applied on an object causes a change in the velocity of the object, then it also causes a change in its momentum. The force necessary to cause a change in the momentum of an object depends upon the rate of change of momentum. Similarly, remember some points. In SI system, the unit of force is Newton. The force necessary to cause an acceleration of 1 meter per second square in an object of mass 1 kilogram is called 1 Newton. That is 1 Newton is equal to 1 kilogram into 1 meter per second square. In CGS system, the unit of force is dyne. The force necessary to cause an acceleration of 1 centimeter per second square in an object of mass 1 gram is called 1 dyne. And therefore 1 dyne is equal to 1 gram into 1 centimeter per second square. Thank you.